So I'm recording this a bit later in the day because a lot has actually happened this morning. I had to go into physio to have a look at my x-rays. So I've had some x-rays on my hips because I've been having issues with them for probably ever since I was a teenager. And I've basically found out that there's a bit of bone overgrowth and the kind of ball joint of my hip is a bit short. It's not as curved as it should be. So that was interesting. And you can have surgery, but there's literally like a 50-50 chance on whether or not it'll be successful. Like he was saying, you could have one person where it works like absolutely fine and they feel so much better. It like changes their life in a really positive way. And then another person will have it done and it will change their life in a completely negative way. So, and because apparently it was a popular surgery to have a few years back, but because of the amount of the the risk, I guess, because of the amount of risk involved. Oh, I guess there's no risk. It was just the negative. What's the word? The amount of people who are negatively affected was so large that people basically stopped performing the surgery. So it's now a very specialized type of surgery, and you have to go to a very specific practice to get the surgery done. So we are looking at doing some exercises. I've got another appointment booked in for December with a different guy. He was the guy I had before my x-rays, and he's more sort of specialized in the lower body parts of joints. So yeah, he will hopefully know where I should be going next. And then I come back. So basically, as I was driving there, it just was at like 8:30 in the morning. As I was driving there, traffic wasn't too bad, but there was this massive. It looked like a cement lorry or something, like carrying cement. I'm not sure what it was, but it was very long, and it was trying to squeeze into this tiny lane. And it's basically reversing off of the main road into this lane, so it's stopping both sides of the road. And basically, he couldn't make it, so he decided to drive along, following the same road I was following, which is really unfortunate. And then he decided to pull a U-turn, so like reverse back into another turn in, which stopped us again. And it was just like, oh my god, I just need to get to my appointment. Please hurry up. Like, why can't you just, I don't know, pull over somewhere or something. Let us get past. But anyway, that was kind of frustrating. And then I come back and and I almost got hit by someone pulling out of a junction because they didn't see that I was coming straight along. They thought I was going into the Sainsbury's, but I'm not. I'm trying to drive straight along to my house. And then I get to my house, and Kat, who's a lovely lady, she grooms our cats. It's kind of funny. I think she's called Catherine, but we call her Kat for short. And she's a cat groomer, and she come to groom our cats. We've got two that needed grooming. It was Holly and Lulu. And yeah, they were very, very vocal. They're not usually that vocal, but they were today. And they had a nice groom, and now they look lovely. So that was kind of my morning filled out. And then also, at the same time as the cat groom, I had a 10 a.m. meeting. So the cat groom was at 10 a.m. and my meeting was also at 10 a.m. But it was okay because like she goes off into a bathroom to groom the cats, and I had my door sort of closed too. But then she was like trying to talk to me after grooming the cats whilst I was in my meeting. So I'm like, yeah. So that was fun. And that's pretty much it. And now it's like almost midday and time for lunch, which is cool. I see Spotify podcast, it will be having some new updates, which is cool. And there was something else I wanted to talk about on this episode, but I can't remember what it was. But I will do in the future do an episode on the new stuff that Spotify comes out with, because I think that'd be cool. There was, what was it? There was something. I've reached 50 Spotify followers on the podcast, so hooray! Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. That's awesome. And we've reached 15 listeners, which is really cool. So I think that's a few small wins we can celebrate this time round. So I think that's really, really good. And it's worth celebrating your small wins to kind of keep you pushing and keep you looking forward to future wins. There was something. What was it? I think it was probably about my hips. But I think I've mentioned everything about my hips. I think that's it. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode. If you did, I guess give it a rating or share it with your friends and family. That'd be also really cool. And if you can support me, head over to my Ko-fi page. The link will always be in the show notes. That'd be great. But obviously you don't have to, but if you can, I'd appreciate that. I mean, I also appreciate you listening. Hope you guys have a good day, and I will speak to you tomorrow. Goodbye.